Hey everybody, quick disclaimer, we did have a couple of technical difficulties in this episode, but I promise you it's still worth a watch. So make sure y'all watch to the full thing. Hope y'all enjoy. See y'all in the episode.
Welcome back to another episode of the Wild Card, everybody. My name is Khalil. I'm here with Kendall. Kendall, I'm trying to angle my hands the right way.
You good?
How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. Been moving some stuff, been transitioning in our lives, bro. So I'm, trying to get adjusted. What about you?
Same here, bro. I just moved in today, so I'm a little exhausted. This southern heat ain't letting off on it's hitting like hot sauce. So
Yeah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying about that.
Yeah. Big things have been happening in the wild card over the last month and a half. Specifically the last week. I accepted a position at ASU. You accepted a position at JSU as the assistant director of sports media.
There we go. Yeah.
I thought I said professor actually, but exciting times at our respective universities. How are you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling great. This is a great opportunity. It's not too many people that get jobs out of college, and it's a great experience. I'm in a new city. I'm in a new state. Never been to Mississippi before, outside of one Jackson State game, and they've been treating me great over here so far. A lot of great people, a lot of great support from social media and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm really blessed to be here, and I couldn't ask for a better support system right now. So I'm in a great position.
Kendall, with this decision, with both of us being at different schools now, people have had a lot of questions. Are they beefing?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have any issues with each other? Is this the end of the podcast as we know it? Folks, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, if this podcast is going to be over, it would have been over back last year, to be honest with you. We've been through a lot worse and a lot tougher times, and this ain't nothing compared to what
for sure.
Doing. So I just want to say this podcast is going to continue. We ain't stopping until we say it's over. We appreciate your support. I hope y'all continue to support. And Kendall's going to take this message on after this is. But our friendship is not over. And as a matter of fact, we have these conversations. This is a conversation and something that's we talked about for months now. And we knew it was coming. It's just new to y'all. But I'm excited for him. I'm excited for myself. Both of us still being at HBCUs, having the opportunity to tell Black stories, having the opportunity to tell the story of these athletes, telling the stories of our Black colleges and doing what we do best, doing what we do in this podcast, doing what we've been doing the last couple of years. Kendall was editor-in-chief of the paper, was doing this way before, it was popular. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for myself. And at the end of the day, like I said, we only 4 hours apart. So we still in close proximity to each other. You may hear a couple things here and there between us, but it ain't gonna be where this isn't anything. This isn't anything personal for either one of us. I think we're both happy for each other. We both still love each other. At the end of the day, beyond this podcast, that's my guy. That's my brother, and that will always be. No matter if he goes to whatever school he decided to go to. If I go work for the Lakers, go work for the Celtics. That ain't gonna change nothing. But I'll let you proceed from here.
Yeah, man. I think that's something that you touched on a lot of things, and the feeling is mutual. It's a brotherhood. We're not just friends; we're brothers, like you said. And I don't believe that us working in separate places now should change. That's my point of view. That's how I feel about it. But as far as when we're talking about this podcast, I don't. For those of you who were expecting this podcast to turn into ASU versus JSU, that's not gonna happen. You know, and I know everybody's not gonna be happy with that, and you know, they're entitled to their opinions, but that's not what we're here for. That's never been what we're here for. You know, you touched on it earlier. We're here to uplift HBCUs. We're here to give HBCUs their shine because, in all honesty, HBCUs, especially HBCU athletics, aren't given their just due in the mainstream media. They aren't given their just due in a lot of different spaces, and that's why we're here. So, you know, this isn't going to be a oh, Jackson State is this and Alabama State is this, and just us talking trash to each other, because that's doing a disservice to what this podcast was, to what this podcast is right now. You know, we've had a lot of different people follow us, a lot of different people tune into what we do, and in all honesty, I mean, I feel like we're in a space where we can do a lot of unique things. And it doesn't necessarily just have to be about the swag. It doesn't necessarily just have to be about Jackson State and Alabama State. It can be about the MEAC. It can be about the CIAA. It can be about, you know, all of these different HBCU places, but it can also be about the NFL. It can also be about the WNBA, the NBA, all of these different entities, because for people that don't know, me and you, we went to school for this. Like, journalism is what we went to school for. Journalism is something that we want to do. We're storytellers at the end of the day. And I think that we do our fans, we do us a disservice if we try to turn this into a back and forth type thing. We tried the debate type style. Shout out to those of you that were there when we were doing that. We tried the debate style earlier. We tried to be Skip and Shannon. We tried to be undisputed. We're not that, you know, and we don't need to be that. We can be our own people. We can have our own space. And so, man, I'm happy. I'm happy to start this new journey. I'm happy to change some things up. I mean, me and you, like you said, we've been talking about this for months now. Like, this is something that we've been slowly implementing. We're talking about the WNBA. We're talking about other conferences and celebrating their athletes and this and that. I mean, man, we're going to talk about so many different things on this show, on this podcast, and on this platform. And, you know, it's going to be special. But the one thing I do want to say before I give it back to you is that this podcast is bigger than just me and you. This podcast is bigger than just Alabama State and Jackson State. This podcast has the potential to really put HBCUs at the forefront, put HBCU sports at the forefront, and especially HBCU athletes that play those sports at the forefront. And I think that we can do so much in this space that I'm ready to start. I'm ready to keep going. You know, I'm not ready to finish. So I'm all for it, and I know everybody's not gonna like it, but ultimately we're here to stay, and ultimately we're gonna give you some good content.
So I got something else I want to say too. Any kind of things that you may have seen on the wildcard page that might have been talking about JSU or even really any other school, those came from me. Those weren't Kendall. Now, what I will say is that was just, you know, banter back and forth. I'm never, ever going to outright disrespect Jackson State. I'm not going to disrespect any school. That's not something that we need in this space. I think that we beat up on ourselves way too much. And this podcast was built to uplift the universities. It was built to uplift HBCUs as a whole and shed light on these athlete stories. Now, whether you want to believe that or not, that's for you to decipher. But we know deep down in our heart, if you go back and watch any of these videos we've done that we've created, this is about our passion, our love for the game, our passion, our love for the sport. You know, and Donald Trump would say, now we just have black jobs. That's the only difference now. Now we just got black jobs. So that's the way I'm gonna spin it. To be honest with you, we're just working our black jobs. No, all seriousness. I'm happy that you're at a university that is very passionate about their fans. I mean, they're very passionate about their school. I think you're gonna love Jackson State. I'm gonna be real with you. I told you this multiple times in between ourselves. Jackson State atmosphere. People want to talk. People want, you know, all the toxicity and all that kind of stuff. But you step into Veteran Memorial Stadium on a Saturday and it's a football day, the atmosphere is unmatched. So, all that being said, you won't hear any slander about ASU. You won't hear any slander about JSU. You won't hear any slander about any school in this podcast. Any school. even though we may be the same color as Jackson State right now in our background. We're gonna push through it.
We won't use red like that, bro. We won't use red like that. It's blue. It's blue and white, bro.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. When it comes to game days, me and him may say, "Oh, we gonna win. Y'all gonna win." Blah blah blah. We may say something like that, but don't expect to come here and see inside information on the school. We're talking about what we're doing, and it's not gonna be that. Like Kendall said, we're not Skip and Shannon. We're not Stephen A. and Skip. We are Kendall and Khalil, and that's the most important thing. And I think that Kendall's gonna do an excellent job at Jackson State. If you go back and if you go look at his bio, Google him. Google me, as Kevin Garnett was, or
Chuck.
yeah, Chuck would say, Google me. Google him. Check his resume. You won't find a person that works harder, a person that's more dedicated to the job, a person that's more built for this than Kendall. So if you got any questions about the work, go look for yourself, and also pay attention to this school year, because he's gotten better since that experience in undergrad. So stay tuned, all I gotta say.
Hey man, I appreciate that for sure. I definitely do. I mean, I can say the same thing about you, Doug. You one of the things that I think makes this podcast great, makes our friendship great, makes our work great. The work that we've collaborated on is iron sharpens iron. Every time we were working together and things like that, I'm always competing against you. Obviously, it's like that teammate, brother type of competition. But I mean, it makes both of us better, and I think we're both in these positions partly due because of that. And so, it's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great opportunity for both of us. We're full-time employees for the first time in our lives as far as working in sports. It's no more intern. It's no more student assistant. It's the real deal. We're in this, and it's time to go to work. What'd you say?
We're getting consistent paychecks now.
Oh, yeah. Facts. Consistent paychecks, finally. But yeah, man, it's all love. Like I said before, I wouldn't be here without Alabama State University. Khalil wouldn't be here without Alabama State University. So I got all love for ASU. Obviously, Jackson State, ASU are kind of, they're rivals. I think that's fair enough to say. And, when we play y'all, dang, y'all is crazy. When we play y'all, obviously, there's going to be a little bit of back and forth. But it's all love at the end of the day. And, I'm ready to make some magic on this platform. So, it's up here.
Absolutely. Well, I also want to say, y'all, there may be a little bit of a technical difficulty on here. So listen to Kendall's words. Don't watch the image.
Yeah, I'm trying. I didn't do
Close your eyes and watch this episode, or listen to. How much? If this was an audio podcast, we would be great. We're gonna switch audio at some point, but that's not the point. Yeah. Other like Kendall said, exciting time, exciting year. It's gonna be an adjustment for the both of us being full-time staff members. We still got a lot of things we gotta learn. Just like with anything, there's always an adjustment period, always things to learn. And we got some different content coming as well. Some stuff that you got to stay tuned for. Some stuff that's coming very soon. And I think y'all going to enjoy it. Y'all probably are going to enjoy it more than what we were doing originally, just talking about what the news that was going every week. This content is a little bit more interactive, and we're going to grow this platform and expand it and make the wild card as big as we can. Because we got a lot of untapped potential, a lot of things we haven't tapped into. And for the first time, we kind of have a little bit more, believe it or not, more full-time workers. Now we have more time to dedicate to the podcast. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I think it's I've been telling you I'm tired of talking about it. I'm ready to do it. So, I don't have much more to say after what you said. So, like I said, man, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to do it right. And I'm ready to put these HBCUs on the map. So let's do it.
Couldn't have said it better myself. All that being said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with friends. Share it with your daughter. Share it with your daughter's daughter, your goddaughter, your mom's daughter. See you on the wild.
Just all daughters.
See you on the wild side.
Just all. Okay.
All
for sure.
daughters, sons as well. Your sons, all that kind of stuff. But it's all seriousness. See you guys next time.
Peace.